Blog Talk Radio.
Good evening, everyone. This is me, Jonathan Alexander, and here to host our show, Life, Laughter, Happiness. Today, we have my co-host, Kelly, and my co-host, Barbara. Are you there?
Yeah,
Yes.
hi.
Hi,
Hey.
everybody.
Now, tonight, we have Psychic Night, so I have Karen Pace here. Are you there, Karen?
I am here. Hi, everybody. How are you?
So you have
Hi,
you written
Karen.
your book, You're Going to Laugh When I Say This yet?
I'm working on that book.
Good.
We love that.
Yes, sir.
Johnny's sounding really chipper today. You're sounding really upbeat, Johnny. What's going on?
Well,
I know.
I mean, what it is that I have good days and I have bad days, but it's just that the period, when a time. I mean, it's really weird. It's sort of like you look at things in the perspective. It's kind of like now I think that the show is growing a little bit, and it's become one of the things I like about it is the way that I said that I wanted to see, because I think that this is something that Kelly didn't understand in the beginning, but she did understand after a little while. I thought when I wanted to bring Kelly on, I wanted to see what Kelly would create on her own, for the show. I wanted her to, feel like she wasn't comfortable with that in the beginning. She was nervous. She was so anxious. And then she started, whenever we do a psychic day, she would always give out her own ideas on things. And then Barbara came on and she did the same thing. So it's nice to see that they're giving their own energy to it, which is great.
Thank
I love
you.
that.
Well, and he lets us. He lets us, and he always, there's not been one single time that Johnny has said, "Oh, Barbara, do it differently." "Oh, Barbara, do it this way." Oh, never stopped what I was doing. Never said not to do it. Nothing. I mean, I just feel so much freedom and joy and harmony with the show because, I know I'm not perfect and I've made a few mistakes and talked over somebody. I mean, it's just going to happen, but always encouraging. Right, Kelly? Just always.
Yeah.
So kind.
All the time.
Johnny.
Yeah.
So thank you. And thank you so much for my early birthday present today.
Yeah.
I've been really, I love this.
Woohoo!
I'm going to have a lot of fun, you guys. Yeah, and I'm going to help.
I mean, I don't know, Kelly, I hope that you feel at ease with being creative in regards to the show. You're not as worried as you were in the beginning. You were worried in the beginning about what I would think. Am I right?
Me?
Yes.
Aren't you, Kelly?
Oh. Well, yeah. I was like, I was nervous in the beginning. I thought I didn't have anything to contribute, and I thought,
Oh
I'm
my. Surprise.
So,
Yeah.
Surprise was great because I had no idea. I was like, okay, I'll come on for a show. And then it was like, ooh, can I come back tomorrow? You've got this going on. Ooh, wait, co-host? You mean I have to, talk some more?
I love it.
And she's so gentle and so good at it and, just humble, but with so much spunk, actually, a lot of spunk. And then all the gifts just started to exude and come forth, but not just a little bit. It's just Karen, do you see this every single day? It's leaps and bounds.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And she finally is acknowledging her gifts.
Mhm.
They've always been there, but it's kind of like, oh, you know what? I think I can do. Do you think I can do this? And it's it's always been
Right.
there.
Yep.
Aw, thank you.
And then now,
It's true, darling.
Oh yeah, it's true. It's so true. And then a perfect person for you is Karen, who comes along, who's so encouraging and so you're just the sweetest, woman, but so strong, Karen, obviously, and just for
Thank you.
to mentor her and bring it out more, right?
Well, you know
Do you
what?
find yourself-
I've been doing this work since I'm 10 and a half, which
Mhm.
was probably a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's maybe more than a couple of weeks, maybe 6 or 8 weeks, but and I think it is. I don't know where that time went, and you guys have heard me say, you know, I wanted to be a lawyer, you know, and I'm so grateful that God unplanned my life, you know, and gave me this extraordinary gift. I love what I do. I love my clients. I love the people that I have the opportunity to speak to on the show. You guys are all so sweet. And you know, I love you guys, the three of you. I couldn't if I had said, God, can I do a radio show with hosts like this? You guys would have been the pick. Because you're all absolutely lovely human beings.
Thank you.
It's true, and it's an inside job, you know?
Mhm.
I mean, there's no Botox for that or any of that stuff. You can't order that online, you know?
No, it just doesn't work. If somebody's moving against the grain, it just is not going to work.
Absolutely. And you know what? I as Jonathan always laughs at me when I say it, you know, I always believe the truth only has one story, and if somebody is authentic, people will know that. They're not going to have to make up a bunch of stuff. They just share that and then move along. You know?
Yeah.
It's like it shouldn't be that complicated for people to be honest. You know?
Right.
And when you are comfortable with yourself, which is such a beautiful thing about the three of you, it's like, yay, I'm on that committee.
Thank you.
I know.
Yeah.
It's like I don't even know how they found you because I came along much later and they're like, oh, Barbara, you're going to love Karen. Oh,
wait,
Karen,
Jonathan will tell you. Jonathan found me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is what
From
happened.
the book?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. See, I had this. What I did was when I first restarted the show, and actually it's kind of funny because I bought this book called The Top 100 Psychics and Astrologers in America, and there are a lot of really nice people in the book. There's a lot of really nice people in the book that I got to meet and I chat and had on. And it was, what happened was when I had Kelly on, I said the first time I had Kelly on, I said, Kelly, being you're kind of working with me and all this, I'm going to buy you a copy of the book. And so I had a copy of the book sent to her. And it's sort of funny because one thing I've learned about Kelly is that this lady takes some notes on everything. And
she what?
Yeah.
She
Take
takes a lot of
notes.
notes.
There are some
so
that I just don't. Yeah.
Well, but see,
Mostly
what happened was that I bought her the book. And, you know, and I said, now, as you see, Karen Page is in the book. Karen Page is in the book. She has her own entry in the book. And it was just, and one of the things I did was we would have somebody on, and then I would say, okay, Kelly, pick up your book, you know. And it was sort of, and I think that you still have that book, right, Kelly?
Yeah.
Where is it?
Okay, so it's the book of the best 100 psychics in the world? Is that what the book is?
In America.
It's a book.
In America.
Yeah, it's a book called The Best 100 Psychics and Astrologers in America. And it's
cool.
actually there's an old version of the book that I bought, and then there's a new updated version that I bought. I wanted Kelly to have that when we first started working together, so that she could because that was where a lot of the guests were coming from, and she just and it was just like I think after like a couple of like times. I didn't realize that this lady that Kelly was treating being on a show like being at Disney World. I mean, I thought she would like it, but I didn't think that she was like it was like thinking it was like to her it was like a 10-year-old going to Disney World. And then she posted on her Facebook page and she goes, "I've done 10 shows. I've learned so much. Every show is a." And then at the end of it, she wrote the words "Thanks, Johnny." And and Barbara was something similar when she first started, and I don't realize that I don't know if she was doing it to emulate Kelly or not, but that's what she did. It's like, oh, I love it. I've done so many shows. It's so much fun. But it's weird when you like something so much that it almost puts you on a higher level of consciousness. It seems. I mean,
yes.
And I guess to Kelly, that's kind of how it is. Am I right, Kelly?
It is, yes. And I just
how
learned so much. Well, I mean, we're with like the best people. I mean, all of you and Karen, obviously too, and
thank you,
our
sweetheart.
listeners. And like our group. I mean, it's just a bunch of wonderful, spiritual people. The energy is just fantastically positive. Like, how could it possibly?
But Kelly, don't you think that you were just like this sponge that when you were exposed to it in that way that you just couldn't get enough, and you're just like soaking it up, and I want more, I want more, I want more. It's like you like needed it. This is like your thing, and wow, I mean, how, like Karen says, nothing happens by accident.
By accident, yep.
Mhm. And you guys were brought together. You deserve that. You deserve it.
Absolutely.
You do.
Did you get the bug? Did you get the bug, so to speak, when you did? What?
Okay. Well, she got the bug, yes, and she's like a sponge too. So she had it like, she had the bug, and okay.
What I'm trying to say, Kelly, is did you get the bug when you did your first chakra day, or did you get your bug when you interviewed the psychic for the first time?
I would have to say the very first show, I was just like blown away because I was nervous, and I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know how many people are going to hear me. What if I sound like a dork? You know?
You did the chakra day.
Yeah, so it was that, and then after that I was like, okay, well, that didn't go badly. I guess I did all right, But it was
Let's feature your show. Let's feature your first show on our new YouTube channel. We might as well announce it here. It's up. You guys, we are putting up, select shows for you to listen to anytime you want. And
I'll put up Kelly's
first show's up there. Okay.
Thank you.
If you don't mind, well, hey, we did
it.
I
know that. I will say this: the first time that Kelly was on, I introduced it as saying, "Today we're doing a little bit of an experiment." The first time we had a psychic on was the first time I said co-host, and I wish I could have seen her face when I said. Yeah, well, I could. I was listening to that because I was like. So, Kelly, my co-host, are you there? And then I could hear the Kelly go, yes, thank you. I mean, like, is there something wrong?
Yeah.
Nothing. It's just.
That is silly. Wow.
But radio is a funny medium. You're either super comfortable with it or you're not.
Yeah, that's
and
interesting,
some
Karen.
it's true. You either are comfortable with it and So I always think it's and you guys have such a lovely chemistry between the three of you There
Aw.
is such a the show could not be more appropriately named because it is about life, laughter, and happiness. And it's funny because we always laugh on every show, and we talk about the things in life, and it really, I mean, I always ask the question, did we learn anything from it? You know, it's of everything, and we've all been through different circumstances in our lives, but it's like here we are, and we survived to tell the tale.
And we're happy. And we're still happy. You know, some people go through life and they're not happy anymore.
Exactly.
We're still laughing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, the day that we lose our sense of humor, wow, that's another one of those days I hope God throws dirt on me. Because it's
Would you like to take a call?
Oh, I'd love to.
Yeah.
Okay. Area code 860, you were on the air.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
Hi there. Great. How are you?
I'm doing good. Doing good.
That's a beautiful start.
Yeah. That's
Do you
for sure.
have a question for me?
I do.
Okie dokie.
Yeah, it's the first of the month, and honestly, I've been just really doing a lot of soul searching. I've dug deep, and I'm really proud of where I've come, and I'm looking for a relationship, a quality partner, and I just feel so whole and so full, and so I feel amazing.
Okay. What's your name? What's your name, honey?
Amala.
I'm sorry.
It's different. It's Amala.
Amala. Wow,
Amala.
that is beautiful.
Thank you.
What
you.
a beautiful name.
Thank you.
I've heard of that before.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Thank you.
You're in, and I know that this is all brand new. It's like all of a sudden you wake up every day and you realize the sky really is blue. You know, and the colors are brighter, and it's you look at the world through different eyes. Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And the last two relationships you had a choice to make. You were either going to let them do you in, and you were never going to get up from it and recover, or, I mean, boy, it was like the last one was what I always call the period at the end of the sentence. It's like I am so done. Okay, I am over it, because it literally feels like you had of the last two. The first one of those, he was awful, but the second one was take and magnify that 6 times, you know?
Yes.
And you finally said, I am so over this. I get the lesson.
Yeah.
Okay? And the truth is, you had said that before, but this time you really did get it. So I am very proud of you. Okay. No, I'm serious. I'm very proud of you, and you could have drawn the same exact toxic mess, angry, abusive, the list goes on, liar, you know, into your life if you hadn't learned your lessons. Okay?
Exactly.
However, now the lesson is, and I hope that whoever is listening really hears this.
Okay.
When we are happy being single, I don't know one person that is actually authentically happy, that has not gone through loss, has not had terrible disappointment, has not been hurt, has not been lied to. We're all in very good company. you know? And all of a sudden we reach that I'm done and I'm not doing this to myself ever again. I won't invite that into my life. I will have none of that. Okay?
Exactly.
And then I always believe, and I don't care how someone prays or what religion they are, then I think God kind of goes, okay, let's see if you mean that. Okay?
Yes. Yes.
And there's always that little test where they send somebody to see if you actually recognize the traits.
Yep.
And you've had that twice and kind of went, no, I think I'm no, no thanks. I have to go home and wash the dog. You know.
Uh-huh.
And now that you really are happy, truly happy, I've learned over time that test is when we are happy being single, truly happy. All of a sudden, it is, and it takes a second for for the storms to really clear away, and for our happiness to cleanse that out of our lives. Okay.
Yes.
All of a sudden, you will realize that you are meeting a different kind of person.
Yeah.
That a different kind of partner is being drawn to you. Somebody that actually gets you and cherishes you. And you're going to laugh when I say this. There it is, Jonathan. Okay? You're going to laugh when I say this. Somebody that has a lot to bring to the party just like you do.
Yes.
And that you don't have to, they don't have to look over their shoulder or make up one lie to cover the last lie. There's none of that. They're transparent. They share with you the good, the bad, the ugly. And it's kind of like, wow. And that's when you will know. But that comes when you truly are happy. And trust me when I tell you, there are a couple of people on the phone today that have had that experience, that when you are happy being single, that is when the authentic, true match finds you.
Oh,
you are brought together.
Are you
so I'm
about
saying,
Kelly and I?
Funny about that.
Well, somebody told me they don't see anybody in my future ever.
Oh no,
How
that's
would you like
a lie.
To be told
but
that?
we'll talk about that in a minute. Let me finish with Amala first.
Amala. Okay.
I love that name. I love that name. And I'll bet there weren't 6 Amalas in any of your classes, were there?
What was that? I'm sorry.
I'll bet there were not 6 Amalas in any of your classes.
Oh no, I'm from the
right. There were 6 Karens in all of mine, and it was, and I suggested to the teacher to please call us by our last name, and she said no, and I said why not? And she said, because you are Karen. And I had my Oprah moment where I said, and so is she, and so is she, and so is it. It was like,
oh my God.
You didn't even get it.
But that's a gorgeous name that has a beautiful energy to it.
Well, it means purity. It means purity, and it's pure.
Oh my God, you are going to laugh. So does Karen.
Really?
Yes. My name, my first, middle, and last name. I had a client one time that came and said to me, do you know what your name means? And I said, no. And so he pushed and pushed and pushed, and I said, well, in my spare time, I'll look into it, right? And about 2 weeks after he saw me, he called me up and he said, did you ever find out what your name meant? And I said, no, I'm sorry, I haven't had a lot of spare time. He said, I knew you wouldn't, so I did it for you. And I said, you did? He said, you swear Karen Page is your real name? I said, yes. That's what's on my birth certificate. He said to me, wow, your mother sure must have been connected to something. And I said, what do you mean? He said, your first name means pure and your last name means messenger.
Oh, that's
Wow.
awesome. Of course.
And my middle name means light.
Wow.
Oh my God.
You're like
And I said to I kind of went, oh my God, my mother sure did. I wasn't named after anybody in the family. It wasn't like a family. Isn't that funny?
It is funny. My mom the same way. Like she heard my name in a book, and she's like,
Yep.
she didn't know I'm the youngest. She didn't know what she was gonna name me, and she heard the name. She's like, that's it. That is it. I don't even know what it means.
Well,
I knew
what
what it
a
means.
great choice, honey. What a great choice. Because you have, I know that it was difficult for you growing up to adjust to some of the ugly stuff that was going on with kids your age, and you would look at them and go, what's the matter with them? And now as an adult, you still do that. What's the matter with them?
I do.
I know.
The light.
I know. I'm
surprised.
surprised you don't hear me screaming at the TV. So you are one second, Jonathan. By between February and April of 2020, you are going to meet your life partner.
Okay.
This is the time for you to. Kelly and Barbara are both going to laugh when I say this. Okay, this is the time for you to be doing the happy dance in your living room and having a wonderful, joyful time being single and just enjoying being free and noticing how blue the sky is.
Awesome. Will do.
And so this is that time, and literally, Amala, he will walk right into your life. This is not you. This is not you being all dressed up, going out one night or any of that. You'll probably meet him buying asparagus at the market or something, you know? Or having your car. I mean, it is such an everyday thing when you meet him, and all of a sudden it's that connection, that instant connection.
Yes.
And it is truly, there you are. For both of you, his family is going to adore you.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
So it's coming, Dolly.
Excellent.
It's coming.
I appreciate you. I will give you a ring back and tell you what happened. It's time to do happy dance. That's for sure.
Oh, please enjoy. Yeah, I know somebody is watching Kelly, Barbara, and I because they're trying to steal our choreographed moves for our happy dance.
Okay.
But there's always room for new moves, Amala.
You could tell that Amala is like so sure of herself and loving herself and at the right place for it, because when you said,
it's
so time for you to enjoy the blue skies, and she's like, okay, okay, and you know, who says that? They're like, oh, really? You know, usually, and she's like, okay, that's fine. I mean, she's happy, and that's when it's going to come.
Barbara, she has waited a
one.
really long time. Not that any of us have ever been through this, you know, a dark tunnel of, my God, does this ever end? You know, and where you come out of the tunnel. So she really, this next few months, wow, what a gift.
Well, because it's interesting.
You're a gift to the guy.
Can I just say something? I just want to say something, and just to reiterate and basically validate what you just said. The funny thing is, Divine would in the last, I would say since last September, it started kind of peeking in. The light started peeking in, and I questioned God. I questioned God, Divine, as someone. Why is it
you didn't hear him laugh?
It's a question. It's a question. What's going on? Why is it so easy? Why are you handing things to me on a platter? I don't get it.
Yeah.
And I scratched my head figuratively. It's just funny.
Because you finally, and after a while, you finally went, why do I keep making this so complicated for myself?
Yes.
You know?
great.
And now
That's
you actually wake up every morning and go, what? They laugh at me because I always say every day is a good day. If I wake up and most of my parts work, I don't have anything to complain about. It's a beautiful day.
It is. It is.
And it's an inside job, you know? I mean,
it is.
So please let us know.
God bless. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sweetheart. You too.
All right.
Thank
Well,
you.
thank you so much, everyone. Thank you.
You are
Bye,
welcome.
honey.
Thanks for calling.
Okay, the next caller.
Oh, wait, Johnny, can I ask Karen a question, please, about that? Because I have a thought. Okay.
Sure.
Karen,
You have a thought?
Yeah.
Woo-hoo. Okay.
I want to know, okay, so when a person is horrible for us or awful to us, but then you see they're with somebody else and they're like perfectly happy and so nice to them. So the person, sometimes they are awful people, but sometimes they're just like awful to us, but they are fine with another person. My question is, how in tune do we have to be able to like weed those people out more carefully?
Well,
not me. I'm telling you, I'm happy. I'm so happy. I just want to be
I
by
know
myself.
that. I know that.
Really?
I know that,
I
sweetheart.
love when you know something about me.
When we truly have made that, what I said to Amala before, when you truly will not accept that behavior from anyone in your life again, ever. It is that you know, I always call it taking out the trash, and you go, nope, and you mean it, and there's always that little test of one or two people that'll try and slither in under the door, you know. But when you recognize the first time something comes out of their mouth or they do something, and I'm not talking about keeping a score sheet, okay? I don't mean that. It's something that is so obvious to you. It's either hurtful, it's insidiously selfish, it is mean-spirited, those kinds of things, or they just want to pick a fight, okay? It's all the time, or they're crazy jealous and possessive. Those, whatever those negative issues are that they brought in, and you needed to learn the lesson that that's not okay in your life, okay? Because some people that works magically for, okay? I don't understand, but that's none of my business. You know, that's their journey. Right. It is, once you have really made it an absolute, I always say I have a very short list of what I call deal breakers. And that means friends and partners in my life. They lie, they cheat, they're abusive verbally or physically. That is a short list, but it carries a lot of weight. And those three things are absolutely unacceptable. And I do not any longer meet those people.
Wow.
I took all the trash out in my life. They don't even think of approaching me anymore. And life is a beautiful thing. And that's a lesson that we need to learn, that it is okay to say, this is no longer acceptable behavior in my life. I will not have it.
Do you
and not
recommend
try
that they
to
write down these things? Like,
one
do you
second.
have those three or
No, wait, honey.
Oh,
Oh no, I live my life that way. I live my life every day that way. And when somebody lies to me, it's the funniest thing. It's like an alarm goes off in my head, and it's like, really? And some of them have been people that I've known for years, and I look at them and go, why in the world would you ever lie to me?
Maybe they're testing you.
No, it's usually because they're trying to hide or manipulate something. And I go, why would you do that? I'm like the least judgmental, the easiest person in the world to get along with. It's like, seriously? No, that doesn't work for me. And when
well,
you
it's really an
when you
interesting
have
one with
truly when you have truly made that a part of your DNA, wow, it's so amazing that you don't meet people like that anymore. They don't behave that way towards you anymore. And when you asked about why they're so sweet to other people, that is not true, because that is
No.
a character flaw.
Okay.
And some people, that may work fine for them because that's their dynamic. And if it's yours, great. If it's not, you figure out how to go, nope, I'm not allowing that, and it literally is taken out of your life and in your environment. You don't bring those people or that energy into your life anymore.
It's easier, obviously, if you love yourself and you've done your spiritual work and you're manifesting and you're being the best person you can be, then it's easier to recognize the bad.
Well, but it comes.
The
funny part is, I've always said sometimes we just need to let people leave our lives, and their behavior may seem incredibly peculiar at the time. It's like, I always say, you think you're going to be friends for the rest of your life with people, and you're walking down the same road and going through all the hills and valleys of life, and all of a sudden, somebody that you've been friends with 20 or 25 years goes left and doesn't bother telling you. And they just kind of disappear. And usually it's because they've done something that they know is not good for their life, that they would tell you, and they frankly don't want to hear it. They are attached or very attached to whatever that negative dynamic is.
Is that what they would call maybe a codependent on that type of person? They're just so
yeah,
used to being with a controlled person.
It feeds a need in them, because people don't get involved in relationships that have a bunch of and there are no perfect people in the world, except of course for the four of us.
Oh yeah.
I can't even say it with a straight face.
Funny. Oh my God. Wow.
But there are no perfect people in the world. And
I know, that's
that,
another reason. Sharon.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to interrupt. Okay, what I was going to say is, like, you can't just say to somebody, "Oh, that's a red flag," the minute they make a tiny little mistake or
honey.
something.
No, you're misunderstanding.
No, I'm not. Somebody has said that to me. Okay, somebody has said that to me, and I'm like, "What are you? I have to bear the cross for, like, your horrible, like, 4 other relationships before me, so I can't make one tiny little."
And that's when you go next.
I can't get a little grumpy. I can't get a little grumpy, and that's a red flag. Ooh.
Barbara,
so
if they're Barbara, if they're that thin-skinned, and somebody is going to continue punishing you for all the choices they made before in their life, don't walk away. Run.
Oh, okay.
There's nothing to say.
Oh, it's like you don't even care. It's like, who cares? Bye-bye. I mean, you're not even worth caring about the thought of that. Like, that was so shallow,
Well, and you know what? Unfortunately, there are some people that you can't have that conversation with, because they'll look at you like, how dare you? Right, you're right.
Yeah.
How dare I?
Totally
Never mind.
Right.
Would
totally
you mind
right.
passing the mustard, please?
Exactly. Like, that would be your life, is passing the mustard and trying not to make a sound doing it, I mean, stifle your personality.
Well, I've always said, "Oh, look, isn't that Halley's Comet?" And I run for the door.
I love that.
Why would when I started to say to you there are no perfect people in the world, there aren't. And if somebody doesn't like you the way you are and can't have an actual conversation, and that flows between the two of you, or they immediately go to anger or defensive, it's like, why? What is that all about? And that may work for some people. That, my mom used to say, if you want to fight, join the army. It's like, what is the point of that? But they get something out of it, whatever that may be. And
but
it's
this is
not
so good for us to know this. For our
yeah,
children, for me
and
to
it's
teach
not.
Priscilla.
I'm not. I have told people that have married people that I've had. I love this story. When I lived in Europe, this couple came to see me, and I looked at each other and I said, "Please tell me you guys aren't really married to each other." And they said, "Yeah, we are. Why?" I said, "Oh my God, I've never seen two people bring out the worst in each other more than you guys do."
Wow.
And that was absolutely the God's honest truth. And the nice part is, and I told them, I said, don't get real attached to this. This isn't going to last, kids. And I told him, he said to me, "Well, I want children." And I said, "Yeah, but she doesn't want children. What are you doing? You knew that before you got married." I said, "You will have children, but she is not going to be the mother. It'll be your next marriage." And that is exactly what happened. And to this day, I am still friends with her, and I am still friends with him. And they are long divorced. Oh, and he is a father.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and it's like,
Oh, wow.
I'm sorry. I'm always astonished when people look at couples and they go, "Oh, yes, you're perfect for," and you look at them and I go, "Run! Save yourself!"
Oh my God.
And it works on both sides because nobody comes out of it being happy.
It comes out of the woodwork later. Like, people are saying, "Oh my gosh, I wanted to tell you how I really felt, but I didn't want to rain on your parade."
See, but that to me, if it's your true friends, they do. They will tell you because they don't have an agenda. And it's like, I've had said to people, if you don't want the truth, please don't come to me.
That's interesting, Karen.
I will not make something up. I will not tell somebody something that I don't know in every fiber of my being to be true.
Aren't we all thinking back about our relationships and who did tell us? What one friend? And we thought, oh, they're just jealous. No, they weren't. They were your true friend.
Nope.
And I just thought of that one right now.
Yep. We've everybody's been there, And the interesting thing is when we're comfortable with ourselves and we know we're comfortable with ourselves. I told my boyfriend the week we met, if you want somebody taller, shorter, thinner, blonder, fatter, somebody that goes, "Hi, hon, you want peas or mashed potatoes for dinner? How was your day, you big, strong guy?" And somebody wants somebody that doesn't have their own identity, please go find them.
What did he say, though, when you told him that?
He looked at me and he said, "Wow." He said, "Really?" I said, "Absolutely, really." I said, "I am exactly who I am. You can ask me anything. I'm not going to pretend some other something, or that I was some other something. This is who I am. And if that doesn't work for you, please tell me now. Don't waste your time, and I won't waste mine." Because being comfortable with who you are and honest about who you are, and it doesn't mean you need to give them a checklist, but if it's something that's toxic or somebody looks at you and goes, "Gee whiz, I wish you were a blonde."
Right.
It's like, really? I was. It didn't look good on me.
Yeah, I've had that happen recently with something about my looks, and it's just like, oh, and then you're like, you feel like it's like a stamp on you or something. Are they? Like,
no, it isn't, honey. That's
like, I got to get away from this person. They make me feel
what
uncomfortable.
They say. No, you know what they say about people's opinions? Everybody has them, and if everybody had the same taste in each other, wow, what a weird world this would be, and it's weird enough as it is. But if
yeah,
that's
but what if you're
they
in a
want,
relationship?
no,
with
wait a
them?
minute. Let me finish. Why would you be in a relationship that wants somebody for you to be different than who you are?
Well, you're no.
And
I'm just saying
wait
you
a
were
minute.
in a relationship.
And why? Wait a minute. Why would that hurt your feelings? They could have told you that in the beginning when you were getting into the relationship. Why would it hurt your feelings? It's like, you know what? If I wanted to be a blonde, I would be. And if that's what you're looking for, good luck. Go find that.
Well, what if it's something that you can't change, Karen, and that you
Why
really
would
love them and
you?
they really hurt you?
Honey, why would you?
I'm not just. Oh my gosh! Don't look at it like I was in that. Okay, I'm just saying for the general people that I think a lot of them are. Where
but sweetheart, I'm sorry. You know what?
woman.
And that's about how we feel about ourselves. There's always going to be somebody that doesn't like us because we're too tall, too short, too fat, too thin, too outspoken, too whatever. They don't like the color of our eyes. They don't pick something. Okay?
Right.
And it's like I'm still very dear friends with my very first boyfriend. And this was truly a love match. We would have been very happy together if we had been able to get married. However, he was not American born, but he is a brilliant guy. He was a rocket scientist. He's one of the loveliest people I've ever known, which is the reason we've remained friends all these years.
Mm-hmm.
But his parents, because I was American born, I wasn't the same religion, I was pick something, okay? My nails were too long. I'm a psychic. I mean, pick a reason, honey. And that happened to me several times over the years. Only with him, it's something that to this day we still talk about and laugh. And he wound up marrying somebody that, interestingly enough, if he had not married her, he would not have had the beautiful children that he has. And I said to him, that God had a plan, and we are still very dear friends. I am always going to love you, but not in that way. And he said to me 50 times over the years, I dream about what it would be like to be married to you. And I look at him and I go, please don't do that, sweetheart. You have your beautiful children. I beg of you, don't.
No.
And it's
good,
like,
Karen.
You know what? But it's true. That was his journey. And if he had married me, I didn't find out I couldn't have children until I was in my mid-30s.
Well, so that was really important to him and his family to give that to his family.
And you know what?
Culture.
And he did not know that at the time. But now, looking back, he's an amazing father. He has been a wonderful husband. They are not best of friends. They don't like each other too much, he and his wife, but he's always respectful. Mm-hmm. And he and his kids have incredible relationships. And I always say God knew exactly what he was doing, because he would not have had that if he and I had married. And I think, I always thought I was going to be the little girl that would be married one time, and we would grow old together and walk down the beach in matching cable knit sweaters. And he would look at me with stars in his eyes and say, I'm so glad it was you. I love you. And the music in the background, Henry Mancini music, But of course,
good that you had that, that.
Oh no, well, but sweetheart, you know what? Love comes in lots of different ways.
Yeah.
I have been married twice. Okay? And the second one I was the love of his life, but his ego couldn't get out of the way. And one day I came home from the gym and he said to me, I realized I don't feel that way about you. I said, what way would that be, dear? And he said, I realized I don't love you. And I said, oh, wish you had told me that before. And I knew it was a lie, but I needed to figure out why he said it. And I said to him, because I believe you, I said, I can't do it right now, but when I can, I'm divorcing you. And that was exactly what I did.
I like that how you take the situation into your control, but it's not control. It's
oh no,
it's a good
it's
path.
what,
it's the right path.
First
right
of all,
thing.
I'm not interested. When you are somebody that does not say things you don't mean, and I don't say things I don't mean, I revere the truth. I cherish it. There is just nothing to talk about. It's non-negotiable for me. And I think that other people also will tell the truth. And when he said to me, even though I knew it was a lie, he said something that was profoundly hurtful, and he was lying. And when I realized it was because he didn't like the imbalance in the relationship, because, if someone wants me to be different and wants me to be the little woman in the kitchen, they should go find that girl. I'm not. I'm very independent. I have moved all over the world as a single woman, and I wouldn't trade 1 minute of my life, and if it ended tomorrow, I don't have a single complaint. I haven't missed a thing.
I know. I love, and okay, can I just say one thing? Because I don't want to take over. I want, Kelly and the callers to have I just want to say some, what comes into my mind about relationships over and over throughout the years is I have this feeling of how I want to feel in it. Like I know how I want to feel, and I feel the feeling of how I want to feel when I'm in that perfect not perfect, but that wonderful, loving, bonding relationship. I can see his eyes, and I feel the love. This feeling, I know how I want to feel. And if I'm giving it a shot in a relationship and I don't feel that, how I want to feel with that person for the rest of my life, I can't do that. I can't do it to myself. I cannot
Barbara,
do that. It's fake. It's fake.
But I have to say one thing, okay? You know that relationships that last, okay? I'm talking about decades relationships, okay? The ones that truly the foundation is love. It doesn't mean you're not going to have disagreements, okay? But it really is about compromise. And sometimes it's things that it's like, okay, it's not what I would have wanted, but okay, sure, we can do that. And it's not holding grudges or being angry or resentful, or it's learning how to truly compromise, and that's what real positive, healthy, loving relationships are. And doesn't mean you're not going to sometimes want to stomp down the aisles at the supermarket.
Yeah.
Of course you are.
That is true. Okay.
But that is a momentary thing. As long as that doesn't become the foundation of the relationship.
Yeah, but I really want that feeling that I feel.
Well, honey, stop looking for it. It'll find you. When you're really happy, he'll find you.
I don't want to. I've got to organize my apartment first, Karen.
Oh, well, yeah, that's a good
start. I want to have a dinner party.
That's a good start, girl.
I'm enjoying this. Yeah, I'm enjoying this.
That's a good start.
This is my favorite place that I've ever had as a single woman ever. I love this tranquil place, and I just want to enjoy it. And I don't want to at this time have dinner, at this time go here, and be like a slave to that weekend with that person all the time. I have to do a lot of different things on a different time,
then
schedule.
Let yourself enjoy it and stop looking around. It's not on aisle 7. And if it
Do
is,
you
it'll
think
find
that
you.
She'll say, "I know you." Oh my gosh. I would.
I mean, I hear what you're
that?
saying, but it's like you're in a hurry to find this. And the truth is, I think by your birthday next year, it's not right this second. And it's not like you don't have 875 opportunities every day, okay, for the relationship flavor of the week, okay? But I'm talking about somebody that really gets you and thinks you are it, okay?
Well,
and
why
that
should why should I per se be the one that makes them come get me, where I'm not being aware and looking around and like maybe I'm missing them? Why?
Honey,
I mean,
if they're meant to be in your life, you're not going to miss them. You're not going to miss them, Barbara. When a relationship is meant to be, you are put together.
Okay. So we just need to all relax.
Yes. Yes, because you're going to laugh, but the thing that we always think we want, it's like, or how it's going to be, that is so unrealistic. Look at the world we're living in. And people have their own things that they have to take care of every day. That's real life.
So when I say I want to feel this certain way and I have this feeling, what is this that I'm feeling all the time? This feeling that I long for.
You know, that is us wanting the idealist in us. That's the one that wants to feel like the little girl princess.
Does everybody have that a little bit in them?
I think most people, yes. And the guys think they're all going to be Prince Charming. Okay? And all of a sudden, then their real life intrudes, and boy, it sucks sometimes. It's painful. But it's real. And those are the lessons that we have to deal with. And to build something that really matters in a relationship takes compromise. It takes knowing what to do. Going to have anger. It's knowing what to do with that anger and how to manage it.
Yeah.
You know, and not to spew it all over the place like a whole bunch of people that we see every day going, what in the heck are they mad at? I mean,
right.
I'm pretty darn sure I didn't cause that, you know?
Yeah. Because sometimes you can go smooth sailing for many months or a month or two, and then all of a sudden,
and honey, stuff happens in life. It happens. It's tough
but then
being
it
human.
Be over. Then
yes.
it should just be over with. I mean, not if it wasn't okay. If you get a little grumpy as a woman, or not.
Honey, excuse me. If anybody, man or woman, gets a little grumpy or has a bad day or wants to just go stare at the moon by themselves and meditate on the meaning of life, go ahead, okay? If you need more attention, say, you know what? Did you remember I'm here?
Yeah.
You know, rather than beating somebody up over it.
Oh, yeah.
And holding on to it. What, honey?
Communication. It's
amazing. That's the
if
key, because
boy,
if you don't have that, you can forget it. If you can't have a conversation with each other without going ballistic, it's like, what the heck are you doing together?
Or just not listening.
All of the above.
Oh gosh, yes. Oh,
and being supportive.
Just relaxing and just working on yourself, and then knowing what Karen says is going to come. You don't have to look for it. You don't have to be the one looking. You don't have to be the one hoping if they're looking and making sure you're looking if they're looking. I mean, all that, it's just like so much energy that is worthless, basically.
I'm going to tell you a story that you're going to laugh out loud. Okay? When I divorced Mr. I don't love you anymore, I was divorced, and I had Martin Luther King running around in my head singing "Free at Last, Free at Last." Thank God Almighty, free at last, right? And I had a group of friends that I used to have a dinner party every couple of weeks, okay, where I would invite. There were like 15 or 20 of them, and I'd do all the cooking and stuff, and they'd come over, and I heard every nightmare story about online dating humanly possible, okay? So that one night I couldn't do it because I had clients coming in from Australia, and I couldn't go to the lady's house, my friend that was having the dinner party that night. And about 9 o'clock, 8:30, 9 o'clock, the phone rings, and it's them. They're all on the speakerphone. And I said, "Oh, you missed me," and everybody started laughing. And the lady that had the dinner said, "Yeah, we did, and I decided all of a sudden we started talking about your favorite subject," and I went, "Oh yeah, online dating," which I thought was the most absurd thing on the planet. And I thought, I'm going to ask them all who is the one person that they know without question would never do online dating. She said, "You won unanimously," and all the girls broke up laughing. And I said, "Well, you're right." She said, "So I decided to make a bet with you." I said, "Really? What's the bet?" She said, "I will take you anywhere you want to go for dinner. I don't care where it is." I said, "Game on," because the last person that made that bet with me had to take me to dinner in Paris.
Awesome.
She said, "Really?" I said, "Really. I have pictures and everything to prove it. Really?" I said, "So game on. Is the bet still on?" She said, "Yeah." So I went online. The only one I could think of was Match.com, and I put a picture of me in my garden when I lived in Paris. I had a gorgeous backyard, and I was quite a lot heavier than I am now, more than twice my size. Okay, in a chair on my patio in my backyard when I lived in Paris. And the profile went like this: "I am a psychic, yes, a real one. If that does not work for you, please do not contact me. If you do not have your own identity, please do not contact me. I am very outspoken. If that doesn't work for you, please do not contact me." And what I said to you earlier, if you're looking for somebody taller, shorter, thinner, fatter, okay? If I am a tall, big girl, if that does not work for you, definitely do not contact me. And it went on and on and on, okay? I believe in God. I don't care how you pray or what religion you are. If that does not work for you, please do not contact me. If you do not like children and pets, definitely do not contact me. If you do not have a sense of humor, definitely do not contact. I mean, the whole thing was like that, okay? And I thought, well, okay. So one picture pops up of this guy, and he on the picture it said somebody you may like, and he said the John Lennon line that is one of my favorites. And when I lived in New York, John and Yoko and I used to walk to the plaza 3 or 4 times a week when I lived at the Mayflower Hotel, which was a block from where they lived, right? And it said, "There are no problems, only solutions." That's his motto, right? And I went, I could like that guy, right? Mm-hmm. But I know it's hard to believe, but I was excruciatingly shy by nature. Okay?
Yeah.
And I'm not contacting anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So I put the profile out there and kind of went, okie dokie, well, game on, right? And the next morning there is a notice that I have an email from Match from this guy. Okay.
Wow.
Okay. So he said to me, his first email was, "Are you really a psychic, and what exactly does that mean?" So I sent him back a very professional email, and I said, "Thank you for asking, and if there's anything else you would like to know, please don't hesitate to ask. Take care of yourself. Bye-bye." So back and forth the whole day, okay? And then the next day, okay, the same, going back and forth, and then he started asking me other questions, and he said, I don't mean to be forward, but I would really love to speak to you, and if you are comfortable with that, here's my phone number. So I called him. Well, we started talking, and he said, "I know it's late," he said, "but I would love to take you to dinner, or if you've eaten a cup of coffee or something." And I said, "Really?" I said, "Well, I've already eaten dinner, but if you'd like a cup of coffee, you can come over to my house. I'll put a pot on," right? He said, "You're inviting me to your house?" I said, "If you were a weirdo, trust me, we wouldn't have gotten to hello." Okay? So he shows up. My hair's in a ponytail. I have on a T-shirt and workout pants. And I answer the front door downstairs. And I said to him, "Hi." And he looked at me and went, "Oh, hello," and looked down. Right? And I thought, under my breath, I said, "Well, that went well." You know. We get in the elevator and we go upstairs, and I make us coffee and serve him coffee, and we're sitting there laughing and talking. And he said to me, "Can I ask you a question?" And I said, "Sure, you can ask me anything. What is it?" And he said to me, "Have you lost a lot of weight?" And I looked at him and I said, "Oh, yeah, the picture." And he said, "Why did you put that picture up?" I said, "Because if you don't like that girl, you're definitely not going to like this one. I'm the same person inside." I said, "Now, can I ask you a question?" And he said, "Of course, anything." I said, "What happened downstairs when I said hello to you and you looked at me and then looked down?" I said, "What happened?" He said, "When I looked in your eyes, I was blindsided."
Wow.
Aww.
So we're laughing, we're talking, we talk and talk and talk and talk and talk until 4 o'clock in the morning, and then come to find out that over the years, we had lived around the corner from each other 4 times, had never met. We must have known 50 of the same people and had never met.
Wow,
we used
it's like
to
the
go
universe
to the
did its last step. The last
well,
step is this dating thing.
I mean, and look at all the years. Okay, he and I were both divorced within. Our divorces were final within a few months of each other. Okay, and all of a sudden, if it hadn't been on a bet, I would have never met him.
Right.
Wow.
That you said.
So when I tell
not
you,
gonna happen.
by the way, Barbara, we're together almost 10 years now.
And I was just gonna say, is this the guy that's sitting out on the patio?
That's
listening?
the one.
Yeah. Awesome. I love it.
So when I say to you, when it's somebody that you are meant to be with and is meant to be in your life, you know, the universe has a way of putting you together.
I believe it. And you know what? I'm believing it now. And I didn't before the show started. And remember when you said you learn something every day? This is an amazing thing that I learned. And I believe.
That's the absolute
Thank
truth.
you.
And I don't
Freedom.
care. That's why I said to you, I don't care. Stop looking. They'll find you. And I put on a picture where I'm literally more than twice the size I am now. And it's like if you don't like that girl, you're not going to like this
Karen,
one.
I've been
What,
wanting
Dolly?
to tell you that I did this too. I did this. Okay, all right. I did something like what you did. on farmers.com in Arizona, and I said to Priscilla, I'm going to put like me when I think I look the ugliest, when I put my hair up in the morning, when I'm white without the spray tan, when I have red cheeks that are like maybe a couple of pimples, I don't know, like just like nothing, zero, like maybe oily roots, really bad roots in a ponytail, like really baggy clothes, like in my like a junkyard.
I get it.
I'm going to sit there. I took this picture and I even crossed my eyes a little bit in it. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
I left that one out.
Oh my gosh, Priscilla and I were laughing so hard. And I couldn't.
Thank you, Jonathan. I was going, what?
I just did it like a fluke, but you know what? And then I felt bad because so many people. And I'm telling you, okay, this was bad. This was bad picture. I mean, Priscilla will tell you. Oh my gosh, and so many people still wrote to me, and then I felt bad, and I'm like, oh no, I feel so bad that I did that. Like, oh my gosh, it was kind of like making fun a little bit, and then
Barbara,
I was just trying to see what would happen, and then
Farmers.com.
I took it right down. What? That was me.
Farmers.com. That's an insurance place.
Well, I love horses.
No, there's no farmers dating site. I've heard of it.
Not in that town.
I've heard of it.
No, that's guys in overalls going yeehaw, you know.
Yeah.
Farmers.com.
You don't make a profile.
Wait a minute, we're all talking at the same time.
I know.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay. If
I
you
was confused.
do not make a profile, you cannot look at the men. And I was curious. I want to know, are there some nice farmers out there? I love horses. I mean, maybe I was meant to be on a big farm. I don't know. I was going crazy over there, okay, for like this
I
after
can
the first
understand
year.
that.
Yeah. So I
The
did
name
that,
of
and then I
the
felt
website is
bad.
farmers.com.
Yes.
When I went to farmers.com, I got the insurance company.
That's hilarious.
Well,
but
are
honey,
you
know
checking
what?
Arizona?
It is what it is. Maybe it's just for locals.
Oh no. It's called Farmers Only. It's like not farmers.com. It's like something.
Oh,
yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Now that
explains
makes
it. I'm
sense.
just taking
All
it
right.
down.
Is everybody
Okay.
taking notes out there?
Get my
I
facts.
just wanted
I
to-
never thought I would tell it that story ever, Karen. I mean, but it's kind of the same thing. What we did. It's like I didn't want anybody. I didn't want anybody. But then I'm not going to say maybe that person's out there. If he was and he came across me that way, he'll find me. Karen just said he will come from his farm all the way down to Huntington Beach and find me. I'm not worried.
That's exactly, honey, because if you're meant to be with somebody, the universe finds a way to put you together. I promise. It's really amazing.
I love that. And you promised.
So,
and you know what? You wouldn't promise if it wasn't true. And farmers
that's
only
exactly
.com,
right.
guys.
So please rest your heart, and you're not going to farmersonly.com.
Or
I don't know how to
farmers.com.
break it to you, hon, but
That's
not where he's coming from.
Wow. And that's so awesome, though. I love the dating sites because I have a lot of good friends that are happily married through that. And then now, Kelly, did you say that's how you and Brian met?
Yeah, plenty of stuff.
Yeah.
Which I
There's
was
nothing
surprised.
to be ashamed of at all. It's like,
No.
you know, I like it.
That's hilarious.
Thank you.
Mhm.
I love
Yeah,
it. Well, see, and
Thank
here
you.
we all are.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And it was that,
Yay!
yay. We met when we weren't
If
really
you feel
looking.
inclined
It was
to
kind of
bond,
like,
you know, it's
yeah.
fun. It's fun. You write
Yeah.
your profile. It's fun. You even learn about yourself because you're writing about yourself. You're like analyzing. Okay, what do I like? What I mean, it's like that's your thing at that time. Most of us have done it. Sometimes then it does work, and then sometimes it's like okay, it fizzles off, and then but we've tried it. We don't have to go through life thinking, well, maybe I should have tried that. No. Well, now we know through Karen today that we don't try. We don't. And you know what,
No.
but Karen, I wanted to tell how great it feels when you do meet a person that you have that chemistry and that spark with, because that was my Mark who has passed away, Priscilla's dad, and when he came up in that group of friends and that group of people, and he shook my hand, we both felt it, and it was just like this.
Barbara.
Wonderful. Oh, through
Barbara.
both of our arms. Yeah.
I went through exactly the same loss that you went through.
Oh,
Exactly.
really?
Yes. And I did not go out for a cup of coffee with anybody for 5 years.
Mhm.
Because that's a tough act to follow, honey.
Mhm.
It doesn't grow on trees, and that's why I'm saying to you, it's first of all, he would not want you to be alone. He would want you to have somebody that you share that same magic with, and he will bring that person into your life. Just go about your business, take care of what you need to, and he'll show up, Dolly. I'm telling you.
That's
Hang
true.
in there.
Yeah. Because, like, with Brian, honest to God, I made the profile, and I'm like, I don't really want to be on here. And then I talked to people for a while, and then it was like nothing was really happening, or it was like some weird people or people that weren't on very much, and nothing really came of it. And then it was like, I see his profile, I'm like, oh, hey.
What a cutie.
He's got some cool interests. Yeah. And then it's like, he sees mine, and he's like, really? And then it's like, I was only on it like once every 2 weeks at the most, and it was like, then all of a sudden we connected, and it was weird. It was like Karen always says, well, there you are.
Yep.
Because neither one of us was looking. I mean, we were about ready to take our profiles down, and then all of a sudden it was like, hello.
Yeah. That's exactly what it was. Well, hello
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. And then it was like, my dad ended up, doing a profile, years after my mom, passed away, and it was like, his girlfriend he's had for like 3 or 4 years, maybe longer now, did hers on a bed.
Yeah, hello.
Not unlike somebody we know. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, yeah. Her friend put her up to it, and she was in Florida.
And when it's meant to be, sweetheart, they show up. If you're meant to be with somebody, they will find you. You don't have to go on a hunting expedition. So you'll see.
Yeah.
Yay!
You can meet friends that way too. You can use it for friends.
Of course.
Yeah.
I did that once too. I had no friends there. I said I'm going to sign up to this one thing for like the minimum I can, and it's worth like whatever $12 it was for whatever time. And the first person who contacts me is the one that's going to watch the football game with me at my corner sports bar, because that's what I'm going to say. Okay, yes, you know what I'm doing tonight? I'm available tonight, and I want to watch the game. I will be there in a half an hour. Oh, this person, he came all the way from, I don't know, 10 miles or something.
Huppinsville. Yeah.
Yeah, and he scrubbed himself like he walks into the place and you can smell like the soap still, and he's like, scrub. But he probably liked me, I mean, we are both nice people, but I think he was just on there. He had this, like, a little bit of a hidden agenda. He said,
what a shock.
Oh, yeah.
There are people with hidden agendas, Barbara?
I told him, I am just wanting somebody to watch
she tells us,
with.
Kelly.
Okay? And I told him the truth. And he goes, okay, well, now that you tell me that you only want that, I don't feel bad about telling you what I want. And I said, well, what is that? And he said, I want somebody to go to a funeral with me. And
Lord.
I casted this, I've even thought about casting it. I've even thought about holding a casting to do this. But if I had to, I could not even have imagined the better look, person, age, name even than you.
That's hilarious.
That's
And I
Auditioning
just told me
for someone to go to a funeral with you. Alrighty then.
And he told me exactly what this funeral was about, and it wasn't close to him as like that, but it was more.
No, I'm sure.
Okay. So people probably would judge me by doing that, but I actually looked at him
Why?
after hearing the whole thing. I just thought, why not make this person look like a wonderful gentleman? I mean, I had the nice black dress. It was like, it was
Not
like
only
I
that,
was
but it was
try to do
very
anything with
kind
me.
of you.
Yes, thank you.
Why wouldn't you do that?
Yeah, and then
He
guess
was
what?
obviously
He
in
fixed
pain.
He fixed my entire car. The air conditioning had blown out. It's Arizona, and he was a mechanic.
Yeah.
He did all of that. I didn't
Bless his
ask,
heart.
but I was just like, yeah, I was just glad to have somebody that liked football. And then, of course, I would do that for him. And you know what? I just sat there demurely, and whatever his agenda was, I didn't even know, because I'm like, I don't even want to know.
Didn't matter.
I don't want to know.
All he
some, like,
needed you to
person's
do
like
was
this.
be his company to go to the
Right.
funeral.
I didn't need to know all those little details.
Mhm.
And that is, and we still are friends. And he's like one of the
That's
only
a beautiful
friends.
thing. Well,
Really,
like I
thank
say,
you.
nobody meets by accident. So stop looking and just be happy and enjoy every minute that you're at the beach and party on, girl.
Yeah, because that's your inkling. If you have an inkling to do something, and it's like, do it. If it's not hurting anybody, just do it. Right? Live.
Absolutely. And be happy. Because the truth is, another person doesn't define our happiness.
Mhm.
They can hurt our feelings, or they can make us feel joyful, but they don't define our happiness. And it's learning to separate those things.
Well, those are some really good lessons and some interesting stories.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
For everybody here. But Johnny,
Yeah.
I want to know how Johnny's kind of quiet. Johnny, how do you feel? How are you feeling about things over there? You seem far away.
What do you mean by things?
Well, about relationships and your thoughts, and do you have, anything you want to add?
I think that I'm trying to find the right person, I guess. I mean, it's the right woman. It's hard because I don't have a lot of time. I have 2 jobs and I do this show, so I don't really have a lot of time for a personal life. But you never know.
But when it's the right girl, she will show up and magically she will help you have time, honey. It'll be whatever can make your life better. It's remember, it's a compromise, and it's a team effort.
Mhm.
So
true.
when it's absolutely true. I mean, none of us are in. What are you in? We in a relationship of one? That's got to be awful. I mean, why?
And not everybody's going to want what you're fearful of them wanting. Not everybody's going to want and be your girlfriend who wants to be on the show. Some people, maybe they love what you do and are shy and don't want anything but just encourage you. And I was telling Johnny that there's millions of those girls out there who just want to encourage their man, and they don't want anything to do with the spotlight.
Absolutely. Well, it's funny because I always saw him meeting somebody that he would meet at one of the live events.
Oh.
I've always seen that.
What kind of live event what's in the future?
Honey,
Kelly
that's
has?
a big question. That's a gigantic
well,
question.
let's try to answer that question.
It's very broad, yeah.
Are we talking about the photo shoot?
Oh no,
Well,
I
that
thought we were
would be
talking
a
about,
live
like,
event
concert.
because you're going across the country and you'll be meeting a lot of the people that listen to the show. So, yes, and then you'll probably be doing some live convention or shows. So, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of live events. You'll be very surprised what happens.
Maybe we'll start our own live life, laughter, happiness event.
You know, that could happen. You never know, honey.
I'm curious. I mean, do you think it's possible we could do a Blue Jeans event? Because those can make a lot of money. I mean, do you think that's possible?
Sure.
I think we need to talk about that.
Okay. Yeah.
We need to talk about that.
Okay. Because that's
okay.
that's probably down the road when we make money. It costs money to do that, but it does allow, like, you can have those Blue Jeans events that run up to like 15,000 people listening, and they're all paying to see it.
And we'll talk about it.
Okay, good. I guess this
Do
is
we
a big
have
conversation.
Oh, okay. When we're talking to Karen, it just goes by too fast, I think. But maybe there's another caller. Is there another caller?
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll put a good caller on.
Okie dokie.
216, you're on the air.
Hello?
Hi.
Hello. How are
Sorry
you?
about that. I had you on speaker. Oh, my goodness. I didn't think I'd get on.
And here we all are. See? Born under a lucky star you are.
Hi there. Having a heyday. Hi. This is my first time calling in, actually.
Well, and here we were waiting for you.
I have a life question.
Okay.
It's about my career. I've been there. I have a job. I changed careers last November. Same business, just a different company. Love my job. I'm still like in the probation period. There are two women that are really, really not
One
truthful.
of them's a monster.
Oh,
forgive me. One of them is really a monster. No, you're going to be fine, honey.
I try to.
You're going, sweetheart. You're going to be fine. What's your name?
Sharon. I'm sorry. I'm from Ohio, by the way.
Oh, that's okay. I'm in LA. So hey.
Oh. Okay, go on. What were you going to say?
I know you're going to be fine, and one of them is about ready to be leaving there. Isn't that a nice way to put it?
Honest to God?
Honest to God, honey. You know what they say, karma's a fill in the blank.
Why is she leaving?
Well, it feels like there's two reasons. One, she has a whole bunch of crazy personal drama, okay, that is like hemorrhaging all over the place. And the other reason is because she got caught in this big lie. And all of a sudden, one day she'll be there, and the next day she'll be gone. And I expect that by Thanksgiving. So save your energy. Just whistle while you work, Sharon. This will be fine.
You're so cute. I love you. Have such a humor. You know, my boss, his first initial is M. Am I going to get to the point? He kind of favors those two. They've been there 20 years.
No. He just knows exactly what he's dealing with. Okay.
Okay.
Save your energy, and that would have been a nightmare drama if he had gone after them. Okay. This is something that is going to be another. There are two people whose decision it will be that she has to go, and they will call her in to, I want to say, the office that nobody wants to be called into because it's never good. And, boy, they have lots of documentation on what she did.
Wow. Well, Mike be satisfied with me pretty soon.
Oh, absolutely, honey. He's just got a whole bunch of crap going on in his life. The other thing is the other one, the older one of the two.
I know.
Boy, she is going to
Boy,
be. She
you
is
are
going to
so
be
clear.
on such. I mean, like all of a sudden, and of course, you're never going to trust her because I wouldn't trust her
Never.
as far as I could
Never,
throw
ever.
this building, right?
I know.
But she's going to be so nice to you after this happens, and she'll know when this is coming down before it happens. And she's not going to be there much past the end of spring.
Oh my God!
So there's some big changes going on, girlfriend.
And the bottom line is, Mike is going to be happy. I'm taking an exam in 2 weeks. Am I going to pass?
Oh, sweetheart, he's going to be so happy with you. And the minute that these two control freak, miserable calves are gone, he will be able. You'll have a lovely, lovely working relationship with him, and he will be able to tell you what I see. See you across the table, like having lunch somewhere, and him telling you what was going on for the last 3 or 4 years. That has just been. It's like he was trapped in a vise and had to be very careful.
He plays the game. That's what you're trying to say. He plays.
What, honey?
He plays the game. He plays the game. That's basically it.
Well, he had to.
I know.
He really had to, because you're. I don't have to tell you what snakes these two are.
Oh.
And it is. I mean, they are so manipulative.
That's an understatement.
Oh, well, I'm the queen of understatement, you know. But this is their party's almost over, Dolly.
Wow.
And when this happens, when the first one is gone, you're going to. It'll be hard for you not to do the happy dance.
It will change everything. Everyone.
Honey, it's going to change everything.
I know. I really mean that.
And I mean, I'm not kidding when I tell you this is going to happen out of the dear blue, and the older one knows exactly what she's done. And
this is by Thanksgiving, which is not far.
Well, remember what I said to you about, you know, that saying karma's a fill in the blank? I'm telling you, she knows exactly what she's done.
Oh
and
gosh.
She knows that hers can't be far behind. So, darn, you know what I mean, Jelly Bean?
The only good note I'll say, because I know it's the end of your show, is that they only work 3 days a week. They work at home too, and then, like today, it was so peaceful. Neither one, you know, when they're not together, it's not as bad. Do you see what I'm saying?
Oh,
yeah.
I totally get it. But there is this toxic. You can't trust them. Either one of them.
Understand something. The big boss, his name is Abi. He likes the girl with the dark hair, the younger one. They go out to breakfast. I mean, they go out and get coffee together. He likes her.
Honey, just save your energy. That is a momentary thing right now.
Okay, I know.
Okay. So funny. I was watching an old Law and Order last night, and it's so funny because one of the girls that was on the old Law and Order reminds me of the young one. I do too. One of the ones reminds me of the young one that would do anything to get what she wants.
Anything. I've never seen. I mean, I've been around a while. I'm in my 50s. I've been in the working business for a while. I know. They're little snakes.
Well, I promise you, darling, this party's almost over for them.
Even if one leaves, the party will be over. Even if yet one stays, it'll be 100% better if just one is there.
Oh, I promise
mean
you. Well, I'm telling you, it's coming.
Wow. And she got caught lying.
Caught lying, and there is a trail of paperwork.
Wow.
You're going to love this. You're going to love this.
You're funny. Very clear.
So rock on, girl, and you have to call and let us know.
How many? What, are you on once a week?
I'm on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Tuesdays and Thursdays, and you do readings twice a week on the show?
Yeah.
Wow.
This is our
That's so good that you give back. I really think that's great.
You know what? They are so. Jonathan, Kelly, and Barbara are so lovely to work with. I can't tell you how. I just adore them. And the premise of the show is really about everybody.
But it's so nice when I just
and
think
just
it's
so
great.
you know, are you into meditation, ma'am?
So, you know what? Now I'll be honest with you. My meditation is on the Stairmaster. I do better when
That's hilarious.
Because every Sunday we do a meditation led by Kelly, and we also do chakra cleanses, where Kelly will clean your chakras.
Her guided meditations are really nice, and they're very beneficial.
Thank you.
And they're also online, you know, and she's really good at it, and it could help calm this
hyperness
stuff.
I'm having and anxiety.
Yes.
Plus, I'm taking a test.
And the chakra cleanses. Don't forget the chakra cleanses.
I'm telling you, it really could help, honey.
I know.
You should give it a try.
It makes me a nervous wreck. You can tell. They're always trying to find something to like dig
But
me
honey,
and
they're those B
it's
words.
not even jealousy. It's not jealousy. It's just mean. I'm telling you.
They're just mean. Yes.
I know.
Yes. Absolutely. You get no. We've all worked with those people, but these two really are toxic kindred spirits.
I know.
The ones that would throw their mother under a bus for a quarter, you know, and a little power.
Or go to their boyfriend's parents, meet their parents while they're stealing the china. That's how I always.
That's them. Yep. So
Thank you
don't
so
worry
much.
about it. It's almost over. They're both about to be out the door.
Oh my goodness! All right, I will call back. I will let you know. That's not that far away, you know.
I know that.
I'm going to pass my securities license in 2 weeks. You see me flying colors, don't you?
Honey, you will do this. You could do this almost while you're taking a nap. It'll be like second nature for you. Absolutely. Don't have the slightest concern about it. And I'm telling you, you really should. You really should. It will benefit you in ways that you cannot imagine.
Wow.
So you should give it a try.
And you said
like serious.
Who would you
Kelly.
suggest?
Kelly.
I thought you said Kelly.
And she is a doll, and they are so peaceful and so calming. It's true, honey. If they weren't, I wouldn't say it. It's I'm telling you.
You're really tempting me.
I'm asking you for yourself to do it.
Yeah,
I'm asking you.
It's very easy because I do all the work.
It's a gift.
And you just,
It's really a gift you can only give yourself. Nobody else can do it for us.
That's so sweet.
It's true, and it's worth your time. And I know that is very precious.
I know.
But it will, boy, I'm telling you, it'll calm you, and it has long beneficial effects, long term. So
I know, and they say a lot of times when you're in meditation, they give you answers you need too.
Yes. And you need to stop carrying around all the stress from these two creeps.
I don't want to. I'm so afraid they're going to get me fired. That's what I'm.
Honey, stop! Don't do that. Don't put that
know.
energy out there.
Too good of
I
a
beg
job.
of you, don't.
I know.
Well, not only that, it's
know.
a perfect fit for you.
It
so
really
don't
is.
do
But
that to yourself, please.
Has been trying,
no.
She's been trying
honey,
to ruin my reputation.
She only has the energy you give her. She only has the power you give her. I'm begging you to stop that.
I know. It's a very good
Serious.
point.
It's like
Thank you.
she doesn't deserve having any of that in your life.
You're right.
So please you can say bye-bye, Twitbrain. Takes 1 second, you know?
I know. Thank you so
So
much.
let go.
Right. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay?
You have a wonderful evening. Much thanks to you.
Thank you, sweetie. Rest your heart.
Thank you for calling in.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
Well, I think we're about out of time, but I know.
That was great.
Thank you, Karen, and thank you, Kelly, and thank you, Barbara, for
everyone.
being on the show.
I love you guys.
Love you guys.
Love you too.
Love you.
Thanks, everybody.
That was great. Have a great night.
I was.